Hey everybody, and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're doing a candy experiment that's kind of special. As you can see, we have some macaroni and cheese sitting here. This is Kraft macaroni and cheese made exactly to recipe. And what I wanted to do was, I had always imagined that, I tried the flavor boosts from KD, and they were okay. Some of them were better than others. Some of them were surprisingly good, and some of them were surprisingly bad. But they only made one sweet one, and that was the cotton candy one, and it wasn't great, to be honest. And I figured to myself, I think I could make a better dessert macaroni and cheese. So what I've decided to do is I've got my macaroni and cheese, and I've got some ingredients, and we're gonna make 3 different kinds of macaroni and cheese. We're gonna make a s'mores macaroni and cheese. We're gonna make peanut butter and banana macaroni and cheese, and we're gonna make an apple pie macaroni and cheese. So the rules for this are simple. No matter what, I have to use dry ingredients. So I can't use any wet ingredients like for the peanut butter one, I can't use like wet peanut butter, because the idea should be that it should be something that notionally Kraft could put in a pouch and sell. So if Kraft, you're watching this and you get some ideas, by all means steal these recipes. I'm happy to share them with you. So everything's dry, everything could come out of a pouch notionally. And I'm gonna do this as I go. So I just got some ideas in mind. I've never tried this, I haven't rehearsed this, I haven't practiced it. So we've just got this macaroni and cheese, and we're gonna start off with the s'mores. I think that was the one that kind of inspired this. Originally I was going to do just a chocolate, but then I realized adding a little bit of marshmallow is going to turn this into a s'mores, which I think is a really cool idea. And also it's the one I need the heat the most on, because I think the marshmallows need to be warmed up. So the first thing I'm going to do is I've got a little bit of powdered sugar here, and I'm going to add a bit of sugar. I feel like sugar is a good idea, just because I'm adding cocoa and there isn't any sweet sort of natural flavor that comes in. So I just got a couple of quick teaspoons of sugar. After that, I have got some cocoa powder. This is just unsweetened cocoa powder. I'm doing a teaspoon and a half to start off. Again, this could change, like I could try something else. After that, I've got some powdered vanilla. I'm just gonna add a pinch of that. I don't wanna add maybe two pinches. Let's do 2 pinches. Vanilla is a really good flavor for enhancing other candies flavors like chocolate and things like that. So I think that'll be a good thing. I'm gonna stir this. Now there is another ingredient obviously that I want to do, but I want to just stir this up and get an idea to see if it's going to work out for me. It's already turning a nice chocolatey brown. So my only fear at this point might be not enough sugar. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm not going to add any more because I've got another sweet element I want to add to this, and that is I got a little chopped up marshmallows. Now I realize this is just regular marshmallows, but like Lucky Charms marshmallows, I'm thinking like if Kraft wanted to actually mass produce this, I think would work really well. So I'm just gonna add some marshmallow bits. I chopped it up. It's just a regular couple of marshmallows just chopped up into little bits. I figured chopping it up would be good too, because if you're to make it in real life, this would be more of a size, sort of a Lucky Charms size marshmallow. I don't know if I'll add these all. I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna stir this up a little bit. I'll tell you one thing, this smells fantastic already. So I'm already happy with this. Oh man. So I've got marshmallow, macaroni and cheese. The cheese is the only thing that might make this weird. But let's see. I'm gonna try my first bite here and see how it works out. So this is s'mores mac and cheese. It totally works. The chocolate is amazing. I dropped a little chocolate mac and cheese on my sock, and now I have a big chocolate stain. But yeah, this totally the right amount of ingredients. I've been thinking about this one for a while, so this is good. This is 10 times better than the cotton candy one. With the cocoa, the marshmallows, like I said, I use regular marshmallows, just chopped up, but I think if you use like Lucky Charms marshmallows that have those like little crunch to it, I think it would be better. Because right now it kind of gets lost in the sort of pasta flavor. And the cheese gives it a really nice creaminess, so it almost turns that cocoa into a milk chocolate. I thought I'd need more sugar, but the cheese and milk really kicked back on the sort of cocoa flavor, the bitter cocoa, so really good. I'm going to totally eat the rest of that later. That was good. Well, I'm gonna reset up. I'll just be a second, and we're gonna make the next one, which is going to be the apple pie macaroni and cheese. We're back, and we're going to be making the mac and cheese apple pie combination. So again, this is everything's going to be dry ingredients out of this, so no apple pie filling or anything like this. And the inspiration from this comes from the fact that my grandmother in particular used to love a slice of cheese on her apple pie. So I figured if we have macaroni and cheese, why don't we just make that apple pie flavored? So again, we've got our regular bowl of macaroni and cheese, and I'm going to start us off with a little bit of sugar. I think this is the way to go. Last time for the chocolate s'mores one, I did 2. I think that's a good starting point for all of these. Is 2 teaspoons, sort of heaping teaspoons of sugar. Next, I am going to go for cinnamon. So I've got some ground cinnamon here. I'm just going to kind of go a little crazy with it here. I think that's probably a good amount. You really want the cinnamon flavor to be the star. Next, I've got some dried apple bits. So again, the rule was this had to be something that anyone could do, or that Kraft could actually package into envelopes. So I did, rather than apple pie filling, I want real apple in this. So dried apple, easy to get. I just got some dried apple rings and chopped them up. I'm sure Kraft has many sources. I think lots of, this is apple pie. This isn't, so we want to make sure, what the heck, let's just throw the rest of that in there. I don't think there's any problem. I'm going to do something kind of controversial. I'm going to add some raisins to it. I know raisins are something that people don't really like, but I feel like raisins, like just a little extra fruit, is going to make this a little bit better. And so I'm just going to add some raisins. I don't know if people add raisins to their apple pie, and if you really object to raisins, I completely understand, and maybe skip this step if you make it at home. And Kraft, maybe do a survey and find out how many people actually like raisins. I love raisins, so I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna give this a stir and see how it turns out. So I don't expect the dramatic color change like we got in the s'mores one, because cocoa is a real coloring tool. There's definitely a certain brownness to this, but oh man, I can smell the cinnamon, which is good. That's a good sign. That's what my theory is, that it might need more cinnamon. I'm going to taste it first, and I'm just going to find out. I'm going to try and get a bit, oops, some apple sticking to the back of the spoon there. I want to try it with a little of everything. So here it is, apple pie mac. Oh my goodness, you can really smell the cinnamon when you bring it up. That's a wonderful smell. So apple pie macaroni and cheese. It's not bad. I'm going to try a little more cinnamon. I don't think it needs much. Maybe a little bit more. Might save the day. The sweetness, man, lucky on that. Two teaspoons, heaping teaspoons of sugar really turned this into a dessert food, which is what we sort of wanted with this. I don't know if the Kraft cotton candy flavor boost had sugar in it. I didn't really read the ingredients, but I think that's the key to making something like this. So this is part 2, a little bit more cinnamon in the Kraft Dinner KD apple pie mac and cheese. That's spot on. That is so good. I'm so down with that. Okay. That's 2 successes in a row. This is getting kind of crazy. So I guess the next thing we have to do is we're going to try our final flavor, which is peanut butter and banana, which is the most left field one I thought of. Like, I don't understand how peanut butter is going to work with cheese, and banana was just a sort of last minute idea. So it'll be, it's sort of the dark horse of these two. I figured the apple pie would work because of the cheese thing. I figured the chocolate would work well because chocolate and cheese actually work really well together. But peanut butter and cheese, I'm not sure. Let's find out. So check back in just a minute. So we're back, and now we have another fresh bowl of macaroni and cheese, and we're trying the weird experiment, I'm calling this. This is going to be peanut butter and banana mac and cheese. I don't know if this is going to work. I have no reason to think this is going to work, but I figured I would at least go kind of crazy with one of them. They're good flavors, but I don't know if they're going to be good with mac and cheese. So with this particular recipe, we're trying something a little different. This is powdered peanut butter. So you can get this at most bulk and health food stores. I don't know how much to add. I don't really know much about this stuff. I'm going to do 2 teaspoons, seems to be my good move at this point. This one's going to be a little simpler too, I think. The next thing I'm going to add is what's in this bowl right here. And what that is it is actually banana chips. So it's just banana chips that I crushed up in a mortar and pestle and just kind of got them nice and small. So we obviously want lots of bananas in there. So it'll give it a little bit of a crunch too, which I think is actually not a bad thing to add a little texture to this. Don't think I'll add this all. Just gonna sort of add a good amount. I mean, again, if we refine this. Now, all the other recipes I've done so far, I've added sugar to this. It's been 2 teaspoons of sugar. I'm a little, I don't want to try, I want to try not doing that this time. So the idea here is just the peanut butter and the banana chips. I figure the banana chips will give it a bit of sweetness, and the peanut butter will give it that nice flavor. This is maybe a desserty one for people who are a little bit maybe more inclined to enjoy a sort of a less sweet dessert. So almost healthy, but I mean, it is still mac and cheese. So let's see here. Now, notionally, the idea is you're supposed to rehydrate this peanut butter. So I'm assuming that the sauce from the mac and cheese will be a bit of a rehydrating agent. So I'm not going to add any liquids, because again, the idea is this is supposed to be completely possible to do with a pouch. Wow, it is peanut buttery. I can smell that peanut butter for sure. So it's taking a little bit more to stir, but it's definitely mixing in there. I'd say it's kind of mixed in there. So we'll try the healthy version first, and if that doesn't work, sweetness is always the answer, and we can always add a couple of spoons of sugar. This is much stickier. This is really sticking to my spoon quite a bit, like as you can see, and that's kind of got some peanut butter, some reconstituted peanut butter on the bottom of my spoon, which I guess is a good thing. The fact that this is sort of feeling peanut buttery, I'm going to just, like there's just a big glob of peanut butter stuck to the spoon, and I want it to be more with the macaroni than with my spoon. So this one's a little more challenging to stir, I've noticed, but let's give it a try. This is peanut butter and banana mac and cheese. I mean, it's okay. I'm going to try adding a little bit more banana. So I got a bit of crunch from these bananas. I'm just going to add the rest of this. I got a little bit of crunch, but it's like zero banana flavor. This thing is definitely more sort of cheese and peanut butter forward. And I want the banana in there too. So I'm just gonna, it's like really, it just glops together because of the peanut butter, which is kind of fun. It's kind of a different consistency. It's not as creamy as you might get with sort of regular mac and cheese. So a little bit fun in that way, I guess. So let's try this. Part 2, peanut butter and banana mac and cheese. A little more banana. It's good. It's definitely not my favorite. Did not blow me away. But if you like peanut butter, this is a great idea. I mean, I would probably say a little bit of peanut butter powder. There you go. Put it on the better camera. A little peanut butter powder in your mac and cheese. If you love peanut butter, that alone would be good. You want a little crunch from the banana chips? That's great. I don't think I need the sugar. I think you can do a slightly healthy version of this. So I think we're going to end it with that. And why don't we recap and see what we like better? We have 3 different kinds of macaroni and cheese that I've created here. We've got peanut butter and banana, s'mores, and apple pie. I will say my least favorite is pretty simple. It's going to be the peanut butter and banana. I would say it's my least favorite, but it's not necessarily the worst. It's just, I like peanut butter. I like peanut butter with things. On its own, it's a little bit much, but if you're a peanut butter fan, I think this is a really good idea. I think my second sort of the middle one is going to be the apple pie. It was very good. I think the apple pie and the s'mores are like neck and neck. And my opinion of the two could probably change at any particular point. But there's something about the chocolate that just, it really works well with the cheese and the creaminess. And I was a little concerned about that, but it really worked really well. So, I mean, these are great, but I will say, I think the winner, s'mores, macaroni and cheese. It's just great. I think the only thing you could do to improve this, better marshmallows, like maybe like the Lucky Charms type. My God, it's so good. Having said that, I'm not going to leave the apple pie behind either. That is good. I mean, maybe this is my favorite. Oh man, it's so hard to tell. These two, definitely brilliant ideas. So Kraft, I'm asking you, you came up with cotton candy at home with a few ingredients that cost virtually nothing. I managed to put together some pretty amazing macaroni and cheeses that some flavor combinations that made amazing dessert macaroni and cheeses that also made a little bit of sense. Like you've got a cheese ingredient already, like that's inherent in your mac and cheese. Why not give it something like chocolate that goes well with cheese or apple pie that goes well with cheese? Like, why wouldn't you just do that? Why would you go cotton candy? It doesn't make sense to me. I think this is the better way to go. If you're listening to me, steal my recipes, please do, but maybe call it Chris's Flavor Boosts if you could. That would be awesome. But, you know, please, Kraft, try again. I mean, I'm not telling you to give up. I think your Flavor Boost idea was a really good idea, really clever, got people interested in sort of a fun addition to their macaroni and cheese. I just think it needs a bit of work. It needed a little bit more in the test kitchen and maybe a little bit more thought towards what you could do. Well, thanks for watching another weird snacking experiment. As always, you can follow me on Twitter @CandyCritic or go to candycritic.org and find links to all of my other social media, including Instagram and Facebook and all that fun stuff. You can also go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/candycritic, and there you can find all kinds of bonus content, including the many bloopers that I've made on this particular video. So make sure to check that out. You can also check out my micro-comic snack facts, which you can get if you're a patron, depending on the tier that you're on. Download issue 0 for free, but you can also get the other issues. Yeah, make sure to check that out, and it's candycritic.org/snackfacts. Well, thanks for watching me do this crazy experiment. I really actually enjoyed it. I am going to continue to try interesting things like this, and I'm so proud of myself that I didn't just do pumpkin spice macaroni and cheese. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.